Tired of the negativity? Looking for a shot of optimism? Well, I have an inspiring story to make you smile right after this. This episode of Misfits and Crackpots is brought to you by the Well-Crafted Story Workshop. Struggling to connect with your audience and attract new clients? Transform your speaking skills at the Well-Crafted Story Workshop with Coach Jimmy Hayes Nelson and yours truly, Dr. Danny Brissell. In just 2 days, master the art of crafting compelling speeches that convert listeners into clients. Whether in-person or virtual, you'll get personalized attention in an intimate group, learning not just from expert coaches, but from fellow entrepreneurs. Don't let another opportunity slip away. Get your free story blueprint today at wellcraftedstoryworkshop.com and turn your story into your most powerful business tool. Your success starts here. Visit wellcraftedstoryworkshop.com now. You're just a well-crafted story away from 7 figures. Hello there, my friend, and welcome to Misfits and Crackpots, short, inspiring stories for busy people. I'm Dr. Danny Brissell. This is a podcast for those interested in extraordinary stories about ordinary people and companies. Consider it your dose of positivity and inspiration for the week. Rania Al-Abdullah said, "We are stronger when we listen and smarter when we share." This week's success strategy: communication is key. The importance of communication cannot be understated, as any leader understands that collaboration is essential at producing the best results. When people can communicate and collaborate effectively, extraordinary things happen. Such was the case with a small group of Japanese men: Hiroshi, Shigeru, Gunpei, and Satoshi. As a young man, Hiroshi had aspirations that lay outside the family business, which had been producing traditional Japanese playing cards for decades. However, fate had other plans. In 1949, following the sudden death of his grandfather, he was called upon to take the helm of the company at the age of only 22. A man with a vision who was not content with maintaining the status quo, Hiroshi led the company beyond playing cards, dabbling in various businesses from a taxi company to love hotels. He sought ideas that would propel his family's company into the future. Determined to thrive, Hiroshi led the company with an iron fist and a sharp eye for potential. Hiring Shigeru would prove to be a bold and highly profitable move. Shigeru had grown up not far from Hiroshi's family headquarters in the rolling hills of Sonobe, a small town in Kyoto. There he spent his days exploring forests and caves where his imagination ran as wild as the landscapes around him. Although he didn't excel in sports or academics in school, Shigeru found solace in drawing, music, and the wonders of nature. After graduating from the Kanazawa Municipal College of Industrial Arts in 1975, he harbored dreams of becoming a manga artist. But, similar to Hiroshi, fate had a different plan. When Hiroshi met Shigeru in 1977, he saw something unique in the young artist's creativity and perspective and hired him. Even though Shigeru had a background in industrial design, Hiroshi asked one of his veteran employees, Gunpei, to mentor his new talent. Armed with a degree in electronics and a heart full of curiosity, Gunpei had entered the engineering field many years earlier, not in pursuit of the latest and greatest, but in search of the simple and the overlooked. His workspace became a playground of invention. From the confines of his modest desk, Gunpei looked beyond the cutting edge, finding inspiration in the mechanisms of the past. His creations were not born from the pursuit of complexity, but from the genius of simplicity, turning the mundane into the magical. Gunpei's philosophy was one of lateral thinking with withered technology. His approach, however, wasn't just about using what was already available. Gunpei believed in seeing the potential in the everyday, about understanding that innovation didn't require the newest or the most expensive, but the most imaginative. Gunpei would help significantly mold Shigeru's thinking. Together, they embarked on a journey of exploration where the limits of technology were not barriers but challenges to be overcome with ingenuity and creativity. Hiroshi tasked them with salvaging a failing project which would test Shigeru's ingenuity, Gunpei's mentorship, and Hiroshi's instinct. What Gunpei and Shigeru created marked a turning point in both their careers. Hiroshi's gamble paid off. Shigeru's creativity, coupled with Gunpei's guiding engineering principles, not only saved the project, but also set new standards in their field. Their communication style was characterized by openness, creativity, and mutual respect. To his credit, Hiroshi fostered an environment where ideas could be freely exchanged with regular brainstorming sessions, visual presentations with sketches and storyboards, and iterative feedback from Shigeru, Gunpei, and their entire team. In ensuing years, Shigeru told stories that would entrance masses, while Gunpei developed products that made Shigeru's ideas possible. Their outrageous success solidified Hiroshi's immense respect for them, which is probably how Shigeru convinced Hiroshi to hire Satoshi. Born in a small town on the outskirts of Tokyo in the late 1960s, Satoshi found his inspiration in the tall grasses and under the rocks of the rural outskirts. He was a collector, not of coins or stamps, but of bugs. Yes, insects were his treasure, and the fields were his kingdom. As he grew older, Satoshi witnessed how the urban sprawl destroyed his beloved countryside, and his heart ached for the green fields and the thrill of discovery that had marked his youth. Shigeru saw in Satoshi not just a dreamer, but a creator with the potential to bring new worlds to life. As Gunpei had served as his mentor, Shigeru became a mentor to Satoshi, guiding him through the labyrinth of turning his ideas into products and offering insights gleaned from his own successes and failures. He helped Satoshi refine his vision, a product that would encapsulate the joy of discovery, the thrill of collection, and the bonds formed through shared experiences. It was a monumental task, one that would take years of development, countless revisions, and the overcoming of technological limitations. Yet, through it all, Satoshi's vision remained clear, a beacon guiding the project forward. And Shigeru's stellar reputation and the success of Hiroshi's company's earlier franchises paved the way for Satoshi's product to receive a warm reception both in Japan and internationally. When it finally emerged, it was unlike anything the world had seen. It spoke to the child in everyone, the part of us that marvels at the wonders of the natural world, that delights in discovery, and that believes in the power of friendship and adventure. Together, Hiroshi Yamauchi, Shigeru Miyamoto, Gunpei Yokoi, and Satoshi Tajiri changed the world, revolutionizing a new form of communication, a field that ultimately would become more profitable than the movie and music industry combined: video games. Encouraged by Shigeru Miyamoto, Satoshi Tajiri introduced the world to one he had created called Pokemon. Shigeru Miyamoto created a string of video game successes, including Donkey Kong, The Legend of Zelda, Star Fox, and his biggest success, Super Mario Bros. His mentor Gunpei Yokoi made gaming portable with the invention of the Game Boy. And the reluctant owner of a trading card company, Hiroshi Yamauchi, successfully transformed his family business into one of the world's leading game companies, Nintendo. See, friend, inspiration is all around us. You just have to look for it. Thanks for listening. Join us next week for another inspiring story about misfits and crackpots. Misfits and Crackpots is a production of Success Media, produced by Terrence Wishner, sound effects by Alessandro Lucati, courtesy of Pixabay. Thank you for tuning in. If you love today's story, there's so much more to explore in the book Misfits and Crackpots by yours truly, Dr. Danny Brissell. Grab your copy now on Amazon and dive deeper into the extraordinary lives of those who dared to change the world. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the podcast with fellow misfits who love inspiring stories. See you next time.